Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Tom here.
Kimmy here.
Hi, guys. So we are excited to be watching season 2, episode 2 on Crunchyroll. It is called episode 27. So 227. So that's going to get a little confusing, but I'm going to try to write it as it is on here and as well as people know it online, because when I was Googling it, 227, or I didn't Google 227, I Googled 226, didn't show up a lot. Mainly 21 showed up. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to try to categorize it that way so it's easier to find online. But yeah, so a lot of big things happened, like always, and huge freaking beast titan, intelligent, communicating with others.
Giant Wookiee.
Yeah, giant Wookiee. No, I don't know. I don't know if I like that.
Peekaboo wall.
Titans. Peekaboo wall. Like, what's freakier? They're both pretty scary.
And the priest knew.
And it's part of their religion. Like, they thought they had to do it or something because it protects them, and they just bordered them up. And
but
like,
they won't
why?
tell anybody, what's
And they
going
wouldn't
on.
tell. Yeah, right?
I mean, why would you just
Community.
put them in a wall, though? Because that wouldn't help the structure of the wall. Do they think because they have the power of the Titans or something in there that it'll protect them through magic?
Well, do you think that's the only one? Or do you think the whole wall is lined with them?
I think we saw a few, didn't we? Or was it just the one? Maybe I just
Just the
assumed.
one.
Okay, I think I just assumed that there was a ton in there because if we saw
I
one
would think
face,
there's gonna be more.
I'm assuming there's more.
And who knows where else they are?
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not in the ground. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean,
They should have
At
been
this
making
point,
tunnels all this
in
time,
trees.
and they actually been stuffing Titans down there instead. We did see a tunnel system last time. When they were trying to capture Annie, they did have tunnel systems down there,
Yes,
but
come
they should have them
downstairs.
everywhere very deep so they could initially escape the Titans when needed. Because that was too shallow where she kept punching through the tunnel and killed so many people, stomping. Like, it was too easy to get through. It was just terrifying. It's like, what can you do to really protect yourself?
yeah, it's like they're doomed.
And this intelligent one, the beast.
That's the creepy part.
Yeah, that's really
That's-
creepy because it's so advanced. Like, is it trying to end humanity? Like, it had no problem tearing up. That was really sad when they teared him up.
Well,
You know.
Well, yeah, so he kept the other Titans at bay from going after the guy, but then on a whim, he let them go at him.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he has control over them, but I don't know. He also seems intrigued by their inventions. Like, he took the maneuvering gear.
That's
I know.
right.
It's terrifying.
Right.
So I wonder if there's other cities and if he has a human inside him.
Yes.
I don't think he's
and
just
so,
I'm assuming at this point that they all do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who is
But
that
it's just
human?
amazing how delicate he was when he picked up the maneuvering gear. He's
Because
like,
he's very tuned and he's
Little
hairy.
Lego.
So what does that mean? Like, maybe he's been
Needs
a
to
Titan
shave.
a long time and grew hair, or a different type. I know he's a different type,
I'm
but
thinking
species.
that, the more developed the body is, the more powerful and the more in tune the person is with their Titan.
Yes, and they've been
So look
with
at-
that
look at
Titan
how-
for longer.
Yeah, because look at Aaron. He looks more like the regular Titans. Except for the facial, he's a little bit more distinguished in the face.
Yeah.
Then you look at Anna, and she's all muscle.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit more defined in the body than he was. Then you got the Chewbacca one who's got hair and
Beast.
stuff on him,
Yeah.
and he can talk,
Right.
so he's more developed.
So I'd be looking around. Okay, who's Harry?
I know, watch out for those. And it's
that?
interesting,
I
too,
use-
because I love the idea of the muscle, but you would think that would be the first stage. But it looks more powerful and creepy that way, because here you have the ones that are full skin, full-bodied, like Aaron. And then the next stage is having the muscles, like you're inside out almost. So it's like the opposite. But anyways, I think it's just because the detailing looks cooler. And then they could do certain things where they protect themselves, like crystallize and
Yeah.
armor themselves in weird ways too. So a lot we don't understand yet, but shall we get into this episode?
Let's do it.
Let's do
Yes.
it. We're not going to read the title, so glaze your eyes over for a moment.
Glaze my eyes.
Glaze your eyes over. So 227. Oh, Oh, tiny arms. Ew. We got ribs out. Ew.
Oh.
Like it fell from the sky.
Right. It looks like either
Could it have been like Aaron?
And didn't transform correctly or something?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm
Because
quite
your arms are
disturbed
actually
right now.
deformed.
Yeah. And the ribs exposed.
Movies.
I mean, they said he couldn't have moved because look at the legs and even the arms are so small and skinny and frail.
Well, even like the ribs and stuff were showing, and it was very
Right.
disproportionate.
More than
Yeah.
normal. How gross. I mean, I think it fell from the sky because for it to just go and fall over like they're
Right, or
heavy,
something
but
flung it.
Well, what if it was created right there in his house?
can you imagine like because
The roof
Connie's
is
part of the
underneath
group
it.
and they're all connected?
What if they're all like that in some way? They just don't realize it.
Ew, look at the ending credits.
Yeah.
Like they're all just munching along.
Ah.
Ew. Yeah, that's. I hope Connie's family's okay. I mean, it doesn't look good because I'm sure when you're running, you're trying to hide in your own home if you're close. So hopefully they're not in there. Maybe it did transform in there. If it did, I think everything would be destroyed inside just from the heat of it getting.
Yeah,
created,
and it
not
looks
only
like it
crushing.
was thrown on either from the sky or something else through the Titan on the roof of the house.
Yeah, because the foundation was fine. It was only from
looked like
above
it
that it was crushed. So I wonder if something came from the sky.
Unless he was on the roof and all of a sudden he changed.
Yeah, right. And the only reason why I
Oops.
think that is because when Annie was changing too, we would see lightning. And with the Colossal Titan, there was lightning as well, right? So maybe it has something to do with the sky, or the energy is just so intense when they're created that it just sparks high energy like lightning. But
And if it's not done correctly, though, maybe something like that happens.
Yeah.
or maybe they
right.
actually do come from the sky. I don't
Something
know.
stops. Yeah, something stopped it in the midstream, or something happened that it couldn't fully form.
Now, the freakiest part, that was bad, and I'm hoping the best for Connie's family, but with Sasha, and that gave me chills. Like, that was so weird, because so many things wrong there, where the poor girl so traumatized, and the mother just getting eaten and not even talking. Like, she must have been getting eaten for a long time, where she just lost her energy and couldn't even speak anymore,
Yes.
and is in shock.
Something tells me that she's probably still alive, because
She did,
seem
she-
like you finished.
Yeah, because
It didn't seem like you finished when you walked out of there.
No.
oh yeah, so she still might be alive after that. Yeah, like,
And just completely maimed. Her arm was gone.
and it was a smaller Titan. It looked like it grew when it got out of the house. Like it
Yeah,
looked more
yeah.
normal size, and then all of a sudden it was like 3 times the size when it was going after Sasha out in the open when she was shooting it with the arrows. But I doubt it. I think it was just maybe an animation thing. But when it was squatting there in the house, it looked almost human size. But I did see the head eating, and it looked a lot bigger than her body. Like, it compared to her body, it just looked a lot bigger. And I'm like, well, first of all, hopefully it's just not her husband that went on an experiment. Like, I thought we were going to learn more about how the Titans were being made, and it
We
went
thought
wrong.
Something kind of, dark.
Yeah, where he was kind of turning into a Titan, but he was still more human, and it wasn't. He was just a smaller Titan, I guess. But the fact that he didn't even like really eat quickly, like he took his time and was like enjoying it,
Yes.
like little bites
Savoring
here and
the
there, and just not killing her quick. It's just awful.
And for
Just the
the
kids sitting there watching.
yeah, just completely. I thought I was like mesmerized, or something happened where
You messed up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. At that point, I'm like, you want to have hope and save humanity, but I'm like, this girl is going to be so messed up. You don't know what's going to happen with her too. And I am glad Sasha saved her. And when she was in such shock, I thought, is she in on this and knows what happened? And even though she's young, like, they're in a very harsh world. So
Yeah, because
grew up
typically they
faster.
run. When they see them, they run. They just take off. We've
Yeah.
seen that in other areas. And for her just to be, but now it's close to home. Now it's her own mom. She doesn't want to leave her mom.
yeah.
And yeah, it was complete shock. She was just devastated.
And I think when she was saying as well that no one would help. She was, my mom's legs didn't work and everyone left and no one helped me. And I guess who knows like what she went through, but I bet she tried to scared the Titan away and tried to help her mom, and then was freaking out for a while. So a lot of time probably passed, and she just kind of, I just see her freaking out, like trying to save her mom, and then the Titan starts feasting, and then she just, after screaming and trying what she could do,
frozen.
and then
and
there was no one else around, and the bridge was up, like everyone just took off, left them.
Yeah, I mean, at that age, they don't know, they don't think about what exactly they need to do to survive. I mean, that's why
right? They just
parents.
do what their parents tell them, or the elders tell them. And for the whole village pretty much to just leave, keep the bridge up, so they think that the Titan can't come over or whatever the reason why it was ajar, to deter them from going after them. But she was probably so quiet they probably didn't even realize that the girl was there. But the door was open and he was eating.
Yeah.
But maybe at the time they just didn't even bother, Oh, that one lady, she's, her legs aren't working. I'm just going to, we'll have to leave one and just, take care of most of the people.
So freaking weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a better note, I like seeing Sasha's past with her father, her being a hunter, secluded, and has a passion for it. I mean, and her father's was, a passion for food. And you can't always judge that, but I like that humor with her where she's so savage. Like we saw her in training and she's going after the potato and she's like stealing meat and she's so obsessed with it. And I joke and say I love food too. Not to that point where I get super aggressive or anything, but the fact that I always kind of judged her as being this humorous girl and she has like a light past or something, but she lived in the woods alone with her dad and they hunted and they were passionate about that. And hunting is a lot. Like I've never hunted before, but I know hunters and the stuff that they go through and how dedicated you have to be, and it's hard work.
It is, and that's their means of survival.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be farmers. They want to be hunters. And she does, and her father's like, well, maybe he's having a different light. Maybe we shouldn't be hunters anymore. Maybe we should start growing crops
and raising horses.
Yes.
Because that would benefit them payment-wise, and then they'd be able to feed more people too, I guess, because hunting, you can only do so much between two people.
Right.
To feed so many, I guess you could feed more with just crops, because you can definitely plant a whole lot more instead of...
grow as much as you want.
Yeah, right. Instead of hunting a boar here and there, whatever they're hunting.
Well, especially with Titans roaming around, they're probably going to be scaring away all the prey,
exactly.
The animals and stuff.
Right.
So.
And now we're seeing that certain Titans do go after them. I mean, the intelligent one, he didn't eat them, but you never know. There's a lot of predators out there.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. But yeah, I really like learning about her past. And Sasha's really brave. Like, we're having these terrifying moments of her freaking out and running and like we're feeling those emotions, right? And then she's having flashbacks of like the silly moments that never really mattered, just to kind of get through it. She's like, oh, it's funny how I'm thinking of all this stuff now.
It is, because you do tend to reflect back of how the days were before. When you're in trying times now, you're like, oh, it wasn't too bad back then.
It's funny how your mind works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing I can relate to is I know that sometimes I'm too over polite when I go out and hang out.
No.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm like, wow. So I really had a moment with Sasha because some friends tease and be like, stop being so nice all the time. You don't have to be nice. And a few friends joke, like Nicole on the channel, she'd always be like, we have to poke you with sticks or something. We have to see you get mad. And I'm like, stop it. But yeah, so Sasha, she really... thinks positively even through all this dire crap that they're going through, but even her getting having a hard time because they're making fun of her and stuff for how she talks to people, and she still makes light of it and doesn't dwell on it,
And it's true.
She is who she is.
Yeah, she should be herself. That's who she is. If you don't like it, too bad.
Yeah. Oh god, that Titan creeped me out.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's the slower they are, the creepier they are.
I know. There's just so many different kinds. So I think we will end it there, guys. We love you so much. Can't wait to see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Please subscribe.